All right, Shalom Akim out there. First and foremost, before I start, want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly called God, who gave us this faith, who gave us the understanding of what's going on right now in this world. And what do we need to do right now? All praises to the Most High and His beloved Son, Yahweh Shai, who came down here and handled his business, free from doubt. Handled his business, did what he had to do in the Spirit of the Lord, trusted in the Most High, and look what happened, man. You know, the Most High fulfilled his end of the stick with Yahweh Shai. But Yahweh Shai came down here free from doubt. You know, he did his thing. At times, Yahweh Shai got weak, but regardless, he still was moving forward, you know. So, you know, all praise to the Most High and His Son. Devon to the Apostle of Great Millstone, peace and mercy to elect by Hashem Harakakwadash. Don't be a doubting Thomas, all right? Now, the Spirit of the Lord jumped on me to go into this, you know, hey, the Spirit, hey, man, you know, the Spirit works beautifully. So the Spirit jumped on me to go into doubt. What is doubt? So that I could attack it. So I could learn what it is more perfectly so that I could attack it, and then I could teach brothers, other brothers out there, man, you know. Because that's one thing that you're going to deal with. You are going to deal with because there's demons attacking us and we're in the flesh. You're going to deal with having that spirit of doubt or trying to slide in there, you know. But we got to remember to fight that shit, you know. Fight that doubt. Because literally, doubt is an antonym of faith. An antonym is the exact opposite of a word. Antonym of faith is doubt. The antonym of doubt is faith. You know? So you want to have we gotta continue to have that faith, you know? Yeah, it's crazy that we fucking woke up on this side and you walk outside, everybody fucking don't know what the hell is going on. You eating GMOs, all this water. It seems so fake. It seems so fake, but yet it's so real. You have to, first of all, in order to start eliminating doubt, you have to accept what the Most High have put before you, man. And you have to accept how the Most High have planned out what he has established on the planet Earth today, which you see this craziness, man. You know? The Most High, this is the workers of the Most High. So, check it out. Let's start this off with a nice quote to motivate. It said, I found this quote called, "Doubt kills more dreams than failure." It says, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. All right? And that one hit me. I was like, damn, that's real. Our dream, in that figure of speech speaking, our dream is to make it into this kingdom and to be established in righteousness. But doubt will separate you from that dream. That dream that we have, that figure of speech of that dream that we have of making it and living in righteousness with our Lord Yahweh Shai. Doubt will separate you from that, man. And that's what a lot of guys that come in the truth, they loving it. They love that honey. They love the honey part of the truth, the beginning stages. But then when the afflictions and stuff start kicking in, that's when they doubt start kicking in, man. You know, you got to remember your first love. Your first love was that when you first got that truth and it was so sweet and you loved the Most High. You know? So check it out. What happened with Thomas, that word, that idiom, don't be a doubting Thomas, we all know it. It's like it. We all know where that come from. That come from the Apostle Thomas not believing the resurrection of the Lord unless he put his finger in his hands into his side. That have now became a saying of the world. You know, that act of Thomas. Now, Romans 15:4 say, whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So that what happened to Thomas, the Most High had that happen to Thomas for our learning today. And it's very spiritual as I go into this lesson more deep, why that happened to Thomas, you know, and his omen to his name. All right, so that happened for a reason. Now, I looked up the word Doubting Thomas in the Google. All right, this idiom. All right, it says a person who is skeptical or refuses to believe something without proof. Yeah, man. See, check it out. When you jump to Hebrews, it's either the third chapter. It tell you. Matter of fact, let me grab it. I gotta grab that, man. It tell you that the world, or the 2/3 more perfectly, the people of our nation, the Negro, Latino, Native American, man, they are considered Doubting Thomases, man. Why? Because of this scripture right here. This scripture right here. Like the definition just said, it says a person who believe without, who is skeptical and refuses to believe without proof. When you jump to Hebrews, damn, why it won't take me to the third chapter? When you jump to Hebrews chapter 3, and let me see, Hebrews, is it 3 or is it 4? It was not mixed. Oh, you know what? Let me just type this in. Come on, man. Come on, man. Is it mixed with an ED? I'm sorry. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. Now, this is why our people are Doubting Thomases. This is why our people are Doubting Thomases. It says, for unto us the gospel was preached. The good news, what you brothers out there, what y'all preaching, what we're currently preaching today, as well as unto them, but our word, the word of the Most High preached, us preaching did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. See, it wasn't mixed. When we teaching that word out there, the 2/3, it's not mixed with faith with them, so it didn't profit them. So they became a Doubting Thomas, a person who is skeptical or refused to believe something without proof. They need proof. They need their hands to touch it, or their eyeballs to see it, or their ears to hear Yahushua voice himself, So that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be a person who refuses to believe without proof. That's totally against faith. We know the definition of faith. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right, so yeah, man. I mean, it's easier said than done, but the Most High is real, man. Look what he's doing for you. Look what he has done and what he is doing for you currently, man. And how his word is fulfilling right before our faces, man. Did you not just see the recent prophecy of in a reincarnation that just unfolded right before our eyes, dealing with the zealots? The Most High just showed us. Now it's without a shadow of a doubt who the zealots are, and that was revealed right now. It was currently revealed right now. The Most High is working. We gotta just believe and trust, man. Believe these scriptures. Believe when you're reading. Believe it, man. When you're going about your day, you ain't gonna always have that be high up in the spirit, You ain't gonna always be like that. You're gonna have low. Apostle Gabar explained, you're gonna have a lot of majority of your low days. Man, I mean, we on punishment, But when you go into doubt in the etymology, it says to dread, fear, be afraid. To doubt, be doubtful, be afraid. And then check it out. It says uncertain. Two. Remember that two. All right. Of two minds. Undecided between two things. All right. Of two minds. This right here, that right here, of two minds, undecided between two things. That's very spiritual to this lesson right here, man. All right. So let's actually go to the story dealing with Thomas. This is up in John chapter 20. Let me see, verse. Let me see. Yep, John chapter 20, verse 24. It says, but Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Yahushua came. So that was done on purpose. Yahushua knew that that Thomas wasn't around when he came. All right. It was for the example to be set today. It says, the other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see his hands, the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. Thomas says he tripped by saying that, but it wasn't a trip as far as falling backwards. He fell forwards. It was a trip falling forward because it was a lesson to be learned. But Thomas showed a lack of faith right there, a lack of basically questioning the Most High's power, man. You know, it says, and after 8 days, again, the disciples were within and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, peace be unto you. So Yahushua popped up on him, you know, and it said, then said he unto Thomas. The first thing that the Lord Yahushua addressed was who? He addressed Thomas. All right? Because the Lord, that's why Yahushua is here. That's why he came. He came to eliminate the lack of faith. He came to eliminate doubt and to bring life. He said it. We know the Lord said he's the way, the truth, and the life. You know? And that he came to save his people from their sins, to take them away from that doubt, you know, that lack of faith. So the first thing the Lord had to do was address Thomas. He said, reach hither thy finger and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hands and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. You know, he told him that, man. And then he said, and Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord, my God. Thomas submitted instantly. One thing dealing with doubt, when you know you catch yourself doubting, you gotta ask for forgiveness for that, you know? Like slack, y'all, I'm over here tripping, you know. Fuck, man, you know. Slack, you know. Baku shot, grant me more faith right there, you know. I shit. That's how you gotta do. The first thing Thomas did was humble down. Cause hey man, come on, we in the flesh. You're fighting motherfucking spiritual wickedness in high places, top-notch demons. You know, the scriptures say the Lord didn't come for the whole, but for the sick. None of us is perfect. If you're whole, Yahushua didn't die for you. So you're going to deal with the doubts. You're going to deal with these things, but we got to start eliminating these thoughts in our head and believing in what the Lord said he's going to do. Because he's performing it right before us. A lot of times doubt come in because of I'm gonna read this quote. I'm gonna read this quote right here. This is why a lot of times doubt come in. Here we go. Whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome. A lot of times when doubt enters into you, it's because you're having a lack of patience within yourself, man. Do you know that? You know? A lot of times doubt comes because you have a lack of patience. You gotta continue to wait upon the Lord, you know? Waiting on the Lord, remember, I gotta wait on the Lord, frees you from doubt. But when you start getting impatient, you start doubting. Oh shit, the Lord ain't gonna come, or you know, whatever excuse you have that run across your head. But like I read in this quote, you have to remember how far you have been already, the things that you have faced, the battles you have won, you know, and the fears you have overcome. That relieves that doubt. You remember, oh man, I remember the Most High came through. Oh yeah, I remember he came through again. Oh man. You should have the Most High came through stories out the ass, man. The Lord put you through them things so that you could be able to comfort your own mind right along with others. All right. So first thing Thomas did was repent and said, my Lord, my power, submitted himself. Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me and hast believed, blessed are they that have not seen and yet believe. Blessed are those who have faith. In other words, Yahushua told Thomas, you know, to believe what was so strong, with the strength that lies in our faith, is believing in something that is not physically here with us right now. That's a strength. That's why 2/3 can't get it. Shit, nigga, y'all believing in that God. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing going on. That's because they're not in the spirit. If you're in the spirit, you see it's so much going on. Now, check it out. Remember I was going back to the doubt. It says of two minds undecided between two. When you look up right here, if you look up the Apostle Thomas' name, it means Thomas. Let me see. Damn, what the hell? Let me make it bigger. Slocky Akim. There you go. It says Thomas, a twin, one of the apostles. Now, regardless if Thomas has actually had a twin brother, I don't know that far. I don't know. He may have had a twin brother, but there's a spiritualness behind this, a twin. When you jump back to the word doubt, it says of two minds, undecided between two things. That's what happened to Thomas. Thomas became of two minds because Thomas was there the whole time dealing with the Lord. He was there. He seen the Lord. He heard the Lord's word, how he had to be raised back up and he'll come and everything. But Thomas was of two minds, undecided between two things. That's why he was named Thomas. All right? Two. All right? That's why he was named Thomas. It was an omen, but it was for our learning. All right? So, you see the spiritualness behind this. Don't be a doubting Thomas, man. Don't be that doubting Thomas. Don't be of two minds or undecided between two things. It's either you believe what the Most High has said or you don't. Either or. Don't be like let me see. I got a hot one for you. Don't be like this right here, man. This is the book of James chapter 1. James chapter 1 verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Don't be double-minded. Which, like it goes for me more at first. We got to believe that the Most High is doing this thing. And we got to believe, man. Just straightforward. Just believe. Shit, that's it. Just believe, All right, check this out. This video I did quite a minute ago. But it was pretty hot, man. It was pretty hot through the spirit. And it's edifying.
Okay, we're all here.
How is this possible? How could Yeshua still be alive?
You all saw him. We must believe.
And we do. That is why we met in Galilee.
You saw the Lord in the flesh in Tiberias, yet you still do not believe?
I will believe. I will believe when I can touch him with my own hands, when I can see him with my own eyes. I will believe when he
Then said Yahushua to Thomas, reach hither thy finger and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing.
Oh my Lord, I am ashamed that I ever doubted you. But how can this be?
He stands in front of you, Thomas, and you still do not believe?
Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen me and yet believe.
You are the Messiah. Praise be to God.
My Lord.
So, hey, man, just a quick scenery for you. Just believe, man. Believe in Yahweh Shema Shah. He's doing his thing. Like I was told, man, that the Heavenly Father is with you 144,000% if you're a part of the elect. All right? The Most High is with you 144,000%. You got a great job. You've been put in an excellent position. Let's fulfill that position with motivation, courage, and faith. All right? Let me play just a little bit of this, because this was another hot one that I found through the Spirit.
There's an African proverb that reads, "When there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm."
When there's no enemy within, the enemy outside could do you no harm. Oh, that was so nice. Man, that's what it is. When you will lock solid within your mind, nobody could touch you on the outside. Esau can't do shit. That's one thing he can't take, is your faith.
When you refuse to allow any doubts in your own mind, then no doubts from others will ever cloud your judgment. When you create a strong mind, there can be no other that will defeat you with their words or with their judgments. When you believe in you, you need no other to believe in you. Because others really have no say in who you will become. Only you have that say. Only you can decide if others' opinions become reality or you create your own fate. The greatest challenge and the greatest obstacle any human will face is their own doubts, their own fears, and their own conditioned thoughts.
You hear this? This is hot, man. This is hot. It's real. That's why he has a man fighting his own shadow.
If you want to live your dream, you will have to fight for it. You will have to fight the greatest battles of your life. You will have to battle the external enemy. People who don't believe in you. People who do you wrong. People who put you down. You will have to battle the intimate enemy. Those close to you who might do you wrong, or maybe you assume don't believe in you. Those who want the best for you, but their idea of support is to remind you of what can't be done or shouldn't be attempted. But the worst of all is the internal enemy. You will have to battle what seems like an army in your own head, an army of doubt, fear of failure, fear of judgment, lack of belief. The voices inside the head saying, I am not good enough. I'm not worthy. I want to do this, but I can't. I want to give to those I love, but I can't. I'm not worthy of love. I'll never be able to do this. I am hopeless. I've tried everything. The world is against me. No one believes in me. My life's not worth living. There is no greater pain that can be inflicted on you than your own internal enemy. Your own thoughts will cause you more pain than anyone or anything. They can be likened to a terrorist living in your soul. But when you learn to control and direct your mind, you can direct that internal voice to work for you rather than against you. You get it to work for you by creating a compelling future. A future you will be proud to achieve, proud to live through. You do this by not just having goals.
So that was it right there, you know. That was that dude said some nice words. All right, so don't be a doubting Thomas. You know, let's circle that in your practicing. Now you have another exercise to add to your practice, your spiritual practice. So with that, I'm gonna close out. Brakte How Brakta was shy for that one. You know, the water Brakata by Shem Harakakwada. Shalom Makim Step. Shalom.